Hey guys, welcome back to another video after quite a bit. In today's video we'll be going over some tips and tricks that I've learned as a bronze player in Valorant. Now, before we start the video, if you like any of the content shown in the background, I do stream on Twitch on Fridays and Saturdays, around 9 to 10 p.m. So feel free to drop in and either join me in my games or just watch and support the channel. We're so close to hitting affiliate on Twitch, guys, so let's hopefully make that happen. Now, without further ado, let's start with the tips and tricks. Now, tip number one is one of the most important things to improve in is Valorant's crosshair placement. Now, instead of looking at the ground or walls while walking, always aim at head level, especially near corners or common peeking spots. Now, a good example of this is in game. There are these boxes that are around the map that you can find and you can use, and basically the second line you can use it here as a guideline, I guess. So you can use this guideline to then basically figure out where to put your crosshair, and usually if you just drag your mouse side to side, it's usually a good thing. There's also other little markers across the map that also fit with it, like the little lines on icebox or the boxes, but I mainly just use the boxes because they're easier to find and use. So it's always that second line, not the top of the box, but that second line under the top. Now, the second tip is to constantly, when gunfights, you need to practice your aim. So consider using aim trainers like Aim Labs or maybe even Valorant's own practice range to warm up before matches. A good way I like to use Valorant's practice range is so if you use a Sage Wall in the practice range, you can always just peek around corners with it, continuous like strafing and switching which side you strafe from. Also mention that also practice your flick shots, your tracking and pre-firing. A lot of this you can do in aim labs, aim trainers like Aim Labs. Now, obviously this video isn't sponsored by them, but I use Aim Labs just for practicing my aim and warming up in between games, and I find it very useful. Now, I think the only aspect for me is that with Aim Labs, the recoil isn't really a thing there. So if you need to get down the recoil patterns, which isn't that hard. It's just really you hold down, you push down. So that's about it. Now I'm going to be showing you guys step 3 or tip 3 is knowing the maps. In Valorant, it's really, really crucial to know the maps. Now, there are quite a few maps, but just understand common choke points, plant sites, and rotation paths. And what I mean by rotation paths is, let's say you're acting as defenders right now, right? So if you're acting as a wait, I have a better way of explaining this. Let me pull up this map real quick for you guys. Alright, so a better way of me explaining this, is using a tool like fallowplan.gg, which is a good website for just, I guess, mainly planning out map rotations and learning lineups. So, let's say you're playing as the Sage, right? And you have info from your teammates that all of them, it's full stacked A. So, let's say your Astra ends up rotating over like this. Now, this is a safer route, right? Because nobody's gonna be able to pick you off. I mean, because your Raze is watching mid. So, there'd be no way of... There'd be no way of them actually getting, found. So, Astra can make a quick rotate and get over here. Now, besides that, learning map rotations is good. Because, let's say your teammate Astra can, instead of going this long route, and because the entire team is already stacked A and probably pushing in, she can just go through here and down through here and just end up on site a bit faster, simply because the Raze is watching this area. And now, trust me, in bronze, teammates and things, they get very hectic. So if you're good with in-game leader stuff, then I do recommend telling your teammates how to do things, because people in bronze don't listen. Trust me from experience, that's how it is. But now, let's say your teammates you're able to push them back a bit, right? Now they're going back a bit. So by this time, if your teammate actually has rotated onto side and they're thinking about rotating, you can lurk around here and you can hold off angles like over here, so you're watching there, or even over here. So if they go mid, they get caught off by the rays, and if they end up lurking here, they get caught off by you. See, this is a really good way of playing it. Now, for the pros out there, this probably isn't news, but I'm surprised not a lot of people know this, and I guess it's a bit frustrating as well. But every map has their different rotations. Like Abyss is a bunch of rotations on this map, and it just gets hectic at times. So I recommend using places like this, which have great lineups for almost every single agent. Like you can have Euro lineups, and it's really useful. Now, for the final tip, it's actually quite a simple tip, guys, and I cannot stress this enough about how bad Valorant players are with this specific tip, is do not be an asshole. And I'm sorry for all the young viewers out there, but Valorant has a problem with its toxicity, and honestly, if you're gonna be that kind of guy who just makes the game unfun for everybody, just don't. It's not worth it, and in the end it's never worth it. So please do not be an asshole. Just play the game as is, have fun. Video games isn't meant to be frustrating and annoying. At times it can be, but just remember that you are talking to another real person, and these real people have feelings. So yeah, that basically concludes my tips and tricks video as a bronze player. If I ever reach silver, I'll make a video on that. But that is yet to come. If you want to watch my rank progress, check out my Twitch, link in bio. And yeah, hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you in the next one.